I'm George Lang, and this is Static. My guest today, Sherree Chamberlain, came from a musical family, and she learned to play guitar on family car trips. She recently relocated from Stillwater to Oklahoma City and has been playing for local audiences, including a huge crowd at the Norman Music Festival. Her new CD is called A Wasp in the Room. This is Sherree Chamberlain.
One of my favorite memories, I guess, from whenever I was little is we had a rule that whenever there was a blackout and the power was out, that we could light candles and my dad would play the guitar and we would all dance around. He'd play country, like old bluegrass songs, and we would dance and sing. And I mean, ever since I was little, I just always thought that this is what I wanted to do. You know, and even now it's scarier because it's no longer when I grow up, I want to do this. It's like, oh, I think I'm grown up now. What am I doing? Okay. I do want to play music, and that's what I'm trying to do. And sure, I have a degree, and I've got to work to maintain. I've really been missing. I moved to Oklahoma City last year, but I've been really missing the Stillwater music scene because of that. Just this like kind of family concept that everyone has there. You know, I'm finishing my record, and it's taken a really long time. It's taken a couple of years, and I think that having that kind of weight on my shoulders of just wanting this, you know, to be finished, and along with the fact of, you know, being separated from my kind of musical family in that area, has really kind of lended itself to be a dry spell this past year. I had no idea what I was going to name this album at all. And I just thought, well, I'll just self-title it because that's the easiest way to go about it. That's the reason that the band is called Sherree Chamberlain, is because I just could never commit to a band name. I was out having drinks with my friend Jonathan of Other Lives, and he said, Sherree, I heard what you were going to name the album. That's so cool. And I just turned to him and I said, oh, really? What am I naming it? Because I don't know. One day there was a wasp in my room, and I was trying to get it with a broom, and I couldn't get it out. And I was so mad, so I made a MySpace post that titled, There's a Wasp in My Room. And somehow Josh thought that was my record's name, and it kind of turned into this like whole thing that everyone was excited about, and I didn't even know. So all in good fun, I just decided that's what I would name it. For as much as I had nothing to do with this whole thing, and it was just by, you know, chance, a funny story, it made so much sense to me that for me, there was this obvious tension and kind of this, when there's a wasp in your room, no matter how hard you try to get away from that or, you know, like ignore it, like it's just there and it's just like, you know, almost hanging over your head. It's so much of a nuisance. And not that I hate my record by any means. I love it, but you know, for so long, feeling so creatively stifled during this entire process, and having, you know, which graciously, they're so wonderful, but, you know, people, you know, constantly being like, when's your record done? When's your record going to be done? And I'm just like, I don't know. The title seemed very fitting to me, too. It's kind of a darker album, and it has been a very long process, and for me, the title, A Wasp in the Room, was kind of fitting, so it worked out.